Welcome to Real. We're your hosts. I'm RJ.
And I'm Christian.
And this week on episode 2, obviously last week we talked about Morbius. This week we're going to be talking about a far superior movie.
A much better movie.
This week we're talking about Everything, Everywhere, All at Once.
Also known as If Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness was a better film.
So, to start off, the mirror shot in the beginning of the movie was so cool.
The entire movie is shot very well.
Yeah. Fantastic.
There's not a single bit of this movie that I was like, oh, this is not nice to
opening
look at.
With that mirror shot
Yeah,
was
it was pretty cool.
Oh, it was so good.
And then it's like the first like 20 minutes of this movie are just chaos happening in a laundromat.
Just so much going on. They're switching from Chinese to English. The Evelyn, who we find out her name later on, seems to be very rude and
she's just not a nice person.
She's just not a nice person, and she's so busy. She has so much going on.
I'm just gonna spoil throughout the entire movie. Waymond is the unsung hero.
Oh, absolutely.
Evelyn's husband, Waymond, goated.
Speaking of Waymond, very early in the movie, you get your first glimpse into the multiverse.
Mm-hmm.
When you
see him,
Evelyn and Joy are talking, and in the background you see the cameras, and he's doing all that ninja shit in the cameras. It's like, oh, Waymond.
Yeah,
which is like, what was he doing?
Being cool,
because he just kind of did some shit and then went into a closet.
He had to show that he was from a different universe.
Yeah.
that he had tapped into the multiverse.
Again, I put Evelyn as very mean and judgmental.
Yeah, like
she tries to play it off like other people are judgmental, and that's why she's hiding things. But really, she's judgmental.
Yeah, like
namely her daughter being
fat.
You're fat.
Yeah, her daughter being gay.
Like hiding it from Wong Wong, even though
Gong Gong,
even though it was totally her that had a problem with it.
Yeah. Even though fuck Gong Gong.
Then they
I do love the portrayal from legendary actor James Hong as Gong Gong.
Absolutely,
but fuck that guy, dude.
Hey man, he got his redemption.
I mean, he tried to kill his daughter.
He did try to kill his daughter. Technically, she wasn't his daughter, though. She's his daughter from another universe.
Yeah.
He didn't kill his daughter.
But he was in the body of the guy whose daughter it was.
Right. Then we get to the IRS office because,
Yeah, where a vast majority of this movie takes place.
I have a note in here later on that says, does this whole movie take place in the IRS office?
Yeah, I couldn't really tell for the most part, but yeah, a very large portion of the movie takes place.
You get into the IRS office, you're not leaving for a while.
Also, I did not realize until after the movie was over that was Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah. Yeah, she looked unrecognizable.
Yeah, like I could kind of catch glimpses of her when they were in the.
She didn't have the facial mannerisms when she was speaking that she.
No, I think she had prosthetics on. I think she had facial prosthetics.
Yeah, that probably is what did it, because she has these distinct facial mannerisms when she's speaking, and they just weren't there.
And I think it looked more like her when. In the universe where like her and Evelyn were together with the hot dog fingers.
Yeah, it looked more like she was more cleaned up.
Yeah,
doesn't matter. Every universe she had a brace on. In that universe, it was on her foot. That was funny. I thought that was very funny.
Yeah, I just like that they got good with their toes because they had hot dog fingers.
Yeah, it's so funny. So yeah, we get to the IRS office. We meet the auditor, Jamie Lee Curtis. If you couldn't recognize her. She's very hard to recognize in that movie.
Yeah.
She plays the role very well. Obviously, auditors are evil.
Auditors are evil.
This auditor is a little more evil than you would have ever known. She's we find out very quickly that the auditor is one of the people hunting down.
Pretty much the main person.
Yeah.
Well, no, not the main person.
No, not
we'll
the
get
main
into
person.
that in a
we'll
little
get into
bit.
that in a second.
But yeah, like really the only one who's actively hunting her down before the big final part. Which the fake out ending got me.
Did it?
Mm-hmm. I was like, what the fuck? That's
that's
how it ends?
It got me too. It got me too. Yeah, well, it didn't get me because I was like, wait, there's a whole hour left.
Yeah, I checked it and I was like, oh, there's more to this movie.
Yeah, I was like, there's a whole hour left.
I wish I didn't check it. I wish I would have just waited until the first credit said Evelyn Wong. Or Evelyn Wang, whatever it was. Sorry, I swear I'm not racist. I just don't remember the movie.
I love how Alpha Waymond, who at this point we haven't learned the Alphaverse and Alpha Waymond. We just know it's a Waymond from a different universe.
Yeah, he's my least favorite character. Alpha Waymond.
Waymond is.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of agree. I love the way he convinces her of the multiverse, though.
Mm-hmm.
Your hair never falls in quite the same way.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the song actually played at some point.
It does.
In
when she switches to the universe where they just left the IRS office and decided to come back, it's playing in the van.
Yeah,
it's playing in the van when she switches to that one, and they're talking about the divorce.
Because he had said it, and I was like, "Are we about to hear the song Absolutely Story of a Girl
by 9 Days, dude?" Let's go.
Another actor in this movie who has a very small part, but I absolutely love her when she smiles. Is Jenny Slate, who plays a character affectionately referred to as Big Nose.
Oh yeah, yeah, she is a really good actor.
My introduction to her was as Mona Lisa Saperstein in Parks and Rec. She plays Ben Schwartz's John Ralphio's twin sister. And they play off of each other in the best, worst way possible.
This is so after the 9 days thing is when we start to like really get to see the multiverse effect taking place. And oh my god, it is the coolest portrayal of the multiverse I have ever seen.
Every scene where she's getting like sucked through it, we're like,
yeah, and like
for those who can't see because this is not a visually recorded podcast, I just stuck my arms out and like launched myself back as if I was going through the multiverse.
Yeah, and the multiverse effect is just really cool. And so the one thing I'll say, the explanation of the multiverse and how it works, way dumber than anything else that's ever explained the multiverse. But I like that because this movie took a theory and was like, hey, we're not going to take this super fucking seriously.
Yeah, it's not asking you to understand the multiverse.
It's not asking you to understand it. It's asking you to follow their rules.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, I'm totally fine with that.
Bro, but
I also think it's important to note that, like, so I went into this movie expecting some kind of cutting social commentary with it, and there are like drips of it in there, like with her not accepting her daughter being gay. But this is not that movie. This is just a weird, good movie that I think you should sit through and just kind of watch it as it is and take it as it is.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, this movie's not going to be for everyone. But
it's absolutely for me.
It is 100% for me. It's not going to be for everyone. If you have a hard time following a movie that jumps around a lot and has a lot going on, this is not the movie for you.
Yeah.
Because there is a lot going on throughout this movie. And it jumps a lot. I mean, it's a multiverse movie.
Yeah. Look, to me, it's the quintessential multiverse
Oh,
movie.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I love the idea that they can use the abilities of other universe versions of themselves.
I do think it's a little weird that, so the first two times that we see characters like have to do something to jump into their universe, it's very specific things. Like she's told to tell the IRS agent that she loves her, which is nice foreshadowing because she ends up beating everybody with love.
Yeah.
And Alpha Waymond is told that he has to get the paper cuts between his fingers. But then after that, it's just do very weird things.
Well, although
Like-
technically those aren't the first 2 times we see it.
Well, no, those
We
are the
see Alpha Wayman chew the gum, and
yeah, but it's the first 2 times that it's established that you need to do something.
Right, it's
and
the
it's like
first times they
they're
say
being
it.
they're being told exactly what to do.
right. That's the it's like I was
later
questioning-
it's kind of determined that
Yeah, I
you
was-
just have to do something really weird.
I was questioning throughout the. Well, it's not even still determined. I guess it's just determined that Evelyn just knows what she has to do,
Maybe.
because the other ones chasing her are still being told what they have to do to jump. Like the guy is he's like, "What's my next jump point?" And that's when they start fighting over the butt plug.
Yeah.
And so like they're still being told
Which
what.
as soon as I saw those trophies,
Yeah,
I was
knew.
like,
I knew
that's
one was
going in someone's
I
butt.
knew it was going in someone's ass, dude. There's no way it wasn't. Yeah, right here. The rules of the multiverse travel are a bit silly.
Yeah.
Having to do something really weird to travel. Because at first I was thinking maybe they just have to do what the person in that universe is doing. But then she jumps to the Kung Fu universe and she's sitting there watching a movie of her fighting.
Yeah.
So clearly she's not doing what they're doing in that universe.
No.
There's no explanation for the weird shit they have to do.
Not really, no. It's just kind of a silly little thing.
I was worried she was gonna stay in the Kung Fu universe. She loved it a lot.
She did love it.
Dude, it crushed my soul to hear her tell Wayman, "I saw what my life would be like if
And
I
it was,
never went
yeah,
with you."
poor
And
Wayman,
it was
dude.
beautiful. I'm like, oh, that's soul crushing. He's already like crushed that you don't love him.
Yeah. Like, damn, way to just salt the wound there, Evelyn. Anyways,
And-
let's talk about Joy.
Yeah, let's talk about Joy.
Because Joy is a very interesting character. So,
I knew she wasn't going to be minor from the beginning.
oh, absolutely not.
And honestly, as soon as I saw her, I knew it was Joy. Like the second I saw her, I knew. It was
So
Joy.
when she first showed up with the hat on, I thought it was Big Nose for a second.
yeah, I questioned it a little bit because she didn't look like Joy in that scene.
Yeah, and then when it showed her mouth talking, I was like, "Oh, it's Joy. That's Joy."
Yeah, I knew it was Joy pretty much immediately. The villain, by the way,
Yeah.
is Joy.
Evelyn's daughter.
Everyone's daughter Joy is
Kind
the main
of.
villain, and
Because she is destined to evolve into this like all-knowing deity who can't die, and that's her goal, is to die.
right. So the explanation is, Evelyn in the Alphaverse found a way to jump between multiverses and started teaching people to do that in the Alphaverse. The best of her students was Joy, her daughter, and she pushed her beyond her limits to the point where she fractured her mentality and can now see every universe all at once. Everything, everywhere, all at once. It's the title of the movie. And it's kind of a cool concept. Like, she's not becoming an all-knowing deity. She is an all-knowing
one.
deity.
And their only option to defeat this all-knowing deity is, or at least in the Alphaverse, is to kill every version of her.
Yeah. So she can't jump universes.
Because she is still a person.
Right, she's still killable. She just has the ability to change anything she wants. Well, really, seemingly anything she wants. She can transform anything to whatever universe she wants.
Yeah. But the clothes switching was awesome.
The clothes switching was really cool. The whole dancing fight scene was really cool. But like Evelyn does it later with Bullet. She turns him into googly eyes.
Mm.
And my favorite thing about the whole movie, her whole evil plan is a fucking everything bagel.
Joe hates that.
He hates it. I love it.
That's just leaves everything. I'm like, yo, she's still just a regular teenage girl.
I love it so much. A teenage girl is the villain, so of course her evil plan for the multiverse is she put everything, and I mean everything, in a bagel.
Mm-hmm.
It's awesome.
Which, yeah, it is derived from that classic joke. You want an everything bagel? You put everything on that bagel?
Yeah.
Holy
Yeah, I always say my favorite part of the everything bagel is the walrus tusks.
Mhm.
So,
Really? I think mine is the theory of relativity.
just
I think that's my personal
all
favorite.
of Einstein's theory of relativity is in an everything bagel. And so obviously it's hard to say because the joy that we're fighting is the bad joy, air quotes, is from the Alphaverse.
Yeah.
But joy is just joy.
Yeah, and there is a part where they do suck her out of it, like when she's like chasing him through the apartment after we first find out it's Joy. She gets in there with Waymond and it's like blocked off, and Waymond hears Joy knocking on the door and he lets her in, and it is just Joy.
Right. Because she went to the Alphaverse to take out the alphas.
To kill all of them.
Take out the alphas.
Which Alpha Waymond's death scene is what makes him my least favorite character, because he's making it explicitly clear throughout that whole movie that he is not the Waymond that is in love with her.
Yeah.
Like he is not her husband, and he falls for her for no apparent reason, really.
And then this is where the Alphaverse starts chasing Evelyn because she wants to become an all-knowing, all-seeing deity. And my favorite of all of the Alphaverse people that chased Evelyn was Big Nose with the dog chucks.
With the dog, yeah, that was
Gotta
awesome.
love dog chucks, bro.
That was awesome. And dude, when she actually cuts it and
Yeah.
you see the dog fucking,
Just
oh, it's so good.
Yeet, gone.
It's so funny.
And then the butt plug scene.
The butt plug scene is good.
I thought it was so funny. I thought that one guy was going to succeed, and then homeboy comes from fucking nowhere and just wham.
Yeah, I didn't think they were gonna give it to that guy who didn't really even become important at all until the Rakakuni thing, which
was dumb.
while silly, was probably my least favorite of all the universes.
Yeah, absolutely. It was dumb.
I thought it was fine, and I liked the scene of her, like when they're chasing down Rakakuni and he can't do it anymore. He's not strong enough, so she lifts him on her shoulder. I thought that was pretty good.
This is kind of where I thought the whole movie was going to take, which I mean it kind of did. The whole movie take place in the IRS office. I mean, aside from like universe jumps and stuff, they really never left.
No, not really.
They went to the party at the end.
Yeah, it's the IRS office and the laundromat.
Yeah, those are the only two like
in the apartment.
Yeah, but that's above the laundromat.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, I would count that as in like those are the only two like real sets in the. I mean, you get like glimpses of other universes. I mean, you spend quite a bit of time talking to Waymond in the Kung Fu universe.
Yeah,
So-
and it's like in an alleyway
Yeah.
with the weirdest like long like far away shots where the frame rate is extremely slowed down. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really weird.
It was a little weird. What did you think about her strong ass pinkies?
Her strong ass pinkies, they were funny.
That was very fun.
I like that they had biceps.
I like I like that this movie managed to keep humor in the movie without oversaturating it.
Yeah, I think this movie is pretty largely a comedy.
Oh, very much so. But it doesn't feel like too much. It doesn't
No.
like it still feels like a really cool multiverse movie.
Yeah, it's not held up by its comedy.
At all. No, the comedy works with it. All the fights were really fucking cool.
Yeah,
Just
I
the
wish there was a
multiverse
little
switching.
bit less slow motion, personally.
Yeah, I can see that. But like the multiverse switching was just in the middle of fights was so cool.
Mm-hmm. One of my favorite scenes is after Evelyn is introduced to the multiverse, she's extremely paranoid in this IRS office, and then we see the IRS agent stand up and start kind of menacingly walking towards Evelyn, and she's like, "Oh shit, they're coming to get me," and she just fucking whomps her in the face.
Starts the whole conflict off right away. Nails her in the nose.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah, she
Damn.
gets. We're good. She gets to her and then just decks her in the schnoz, bro.
And then around here is where the fake credits roll. Spoiler alert, those credits are fake. Don't turn the movie off. It's not over.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. It's quite a bit after that. It's when they're.
Well, I mean, we were at the strong ass.
Oh yeah, the strong ass pinkies. Yeah, that is when.
Yeah, so around that part is where the fake credits roll, and yeah, don't be tricked. The first credits are fake. The movie's not over. It caught me for a second, but then I was like, yeah, there's still an hour left in this movie.
Yeah, for me, it just felt like 2 hours had already passed, so I was like, oh shit.
Well, I obviously have this clock up here and was keeping an eye on the time. And then we come into part 2.
Everywhere.
And yeah, everywhere. And immediately Evelyn is universe jumping.
Yeah.
Out of control.
Stabbing the fuck out of her husband.
Yeah, she's just universe jumping out of control, starting to develop the mindset that Joy has, that nothing matters. And yeah, so she becomes all-seeing, all-knowing, determines nothing matters, starts to become a villain like Joy.
Yeah. Which ends up leading into probably my favorite scene in the entire movie, which it's split into like a few parts, but the rock scene.
The rocks, yeah.
Because it starts like an Adult Swim short.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
exactly what it feels like, because it's just 2 rocks with text popping up on screen, and they're talking to each other. But so Joy's main goal is she wants to see if she can die. And Evelyn is trying to like stop her from doing it at this point, because she wants to be with her daughter, an all-knowing deity with her daughter. And Joy is trying to convince Evelyn to let her go. And you see these rocks kind of start to move. Like Evelyn is reaching out to Joy, and Joy is running away. Until Evelyn does eventually. And like you see it in other universes too, but it doesn't hit as hard as it does in the rocks.
Right. I have a note here, #Deep Rock.
Yeah.
Because Joy be saying some deep ass
Joy
shit
be saying
as a
some
rock.
deep ass
dude.
shit as a rock. And so yeah, Evelyn finally decides that she does have to let Joy go, like her father let her go.
Yeah.
Which we haven't really been talking about the whole Gong Gong situation.
He's unimportant for most of the movie, other than he sent the Alphaverse people after her.
Yeah, like most of the stuff with Gong Gong is just it's shown through Evelyn.
Yeah, and then of course, like in the main universe, Gong Gong is like not even the main universe we're watching. Gong Gong is like a barely functioning human being.
No, he's just a cynical old man.
He's just a cynical old man in a wheelchair.
And then
Although
he does get a
end,
cool
it
mech
does
suit.
end in a different universe
Because he's walking.
Because he's walking, yeah. So that's like the only hint that it ends in a different universe than it starts in. Is Gong Gong is walking and talking and speaks English. But yeah, and then the last 35 minutes of this movie, this is how a conclusion to a film should be done. Everything was tied up and put in its place, and everything came together. You got conclusions on every character. It was beautiful.
Yeah, like even
It starts with Evelyn obviously realizing Waymond is not as stupid as she thought he was this whole time.
yeah, my stupid husband who always messes things up, who has managed to save me from the IRS like a million times.
Multiple times in this movie, but she doesn't realize until the end that he doesn't always mess things up. In fact, his silly, kind ways seem to always fix everything.
Mm-hmm.
And this is kind of where Waymond becomes the savior of the movie. He gives this huge emotional speech about being kind.
I do think they could have went with something better than be kind.
Yeah. Across multiverses, he gives this huge speech. The moral, the message is be kind. It's a little childish, a little silly.
Yeah.
But
it works. I think
it works, yeah.
I think it makes sense for Waymond's character that is what the speech he would give is.
Right.
Also, I just want to give like a small shout out to Becky. I don't think we'll be talking about Becky anymore in this.
No, probably not. Minor
but-
character,
But her one scene where she really gets to do stuff and like talk to Gong Gong, her actor kills it.
yeah. Oh, for sure. For sure. Or even the part. It's another scene with her right at the end. Last scene, when she drops them off at the IRS and
Evelyn's like, you
Evelyn-
need to grow your hair out.
Evelyn says you need to grow your hair out, and she turns and like she looks so happy that
Yeah.
Evelyn likes her, and it just you can feel the emotion through the acting.
Yeah,
She did a really good.
I think she did do a really good job
It's-
for what she was given.
It's really cool to see actors play minor characters and still take them as seriously as everyone else.
Yeah. Anyways, shout out Becky.
Yeah. Shout out Becky. Yeah. So the be kind thing was a little dumb, a little silly, but it worked. It made sense for Waymond's character. And then it seemed like it was just gonna be a love conquers all thing,
Yeah.
which it kind of was.
Yeah,
It
like
was a love conquers all thing.
I mean, it was like different. It wasn't like oh
romantic love.
yeah, but it's like just the idea
just
of
love in general.
love,
Love between a husband and wife. Love between a mother and daughter.
love yourself.
Love yourself. Exactly. It's just love all around. This we haven't said the villain's name yet. Do you remember it?
No, it's like Jaku
I had to write it down. It's Jobu Tabaki.
Jobu Tabaki.
Jobu Tabaki.
Yeah, Evelyn can't remember it throughout the movie
No,
either.
Evelyn can't remember. That's why it's so hard to remember the name. Is Evelyn continuously calls her different things because she can't remember the name.
Yeah, because so the main Evelyn we get is dumb.
In fact, it's Alpha Waymond points out that she's the perfect Evelyn because in every other universe,
She's good at
Evelyn was
something.
successful in something, and in this universe, she's not good at anything.
She's just bad at
She's
everything.
bad at everything, and that's what makes her the perfect Evelyn. And it kind of, the movie had me thinking like, hey, maybe I got something going for me.
Dude, what was one of the weirdest parts of the movie is when like she actually is being chased by that IRS agent who has jumped at that point. Alpha Waymond is locked behind a cabinet,
Yeah.
and they're talking, and he's just like, "Nah, you're not the right one. Peace."
Yeah. Yeah.
What an asshole, Alpha Waymond.
What a dick move, dude. So yeah, then Jobu Tabaki unleashes the everything bagel, which you think she's unleashing it to destroy the multiverse. This is when she reveals that no, her entire plan the whole time, or right before this is when she revealed her entire plan the whole time was to die herself.
Yeah, just to see if she
To
could
see
do
if
it.
she could walk into that everything bagel and not come out. And
Which we learn
she can't.
she can't,
she can't walk into the
unfortunate.
everything bagel and not come out because she walks in and comes out.
Yeah. Maybe Evelyn's love power pulls her out.
Right, but
Probably not, though.
during that final fight scene, I have to say, silly kindness, strange, but pretty cool fighting technique.
Oh, yeah.
Like googly eyes and spank. Oh my god, she
The
went
spanking
BDSM
was
on that
so
dude.
funny, dude.
It was
That was one of my
funny.
favorite
She spanked
scenes.
the shit out of
And
him.
that he went, oh,
It was so funny. And then yeah, as we said before, they go through this whole the rock thing is still going on throughout all this, and they go through this whole like kind of a tug of war.
The rock thing is so hard to explain.
Yeah, it's so hard.
It's such a good
rocks
scene in the movie,
but it's really deep and emotional. But they're going through like this whole tug of war of like nothing matters, but and finally Joy seems to have convinced Evelyn that she's right, nothing matters, and she should just let her go, and she does. But then she has a change of heart, and I thought it was kind of touching. Did you tear up?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yes, so did I.
Absolutely.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure. Yeah, there were some tears.
Yeah. So the change of heart, and it's very natural too, because it's when her father grabs her.
Yeah, yeah, and she's basically like, yeah, maybe if you can see everything and know everything, sure, nothing matters, but I want nothing to matter with you.
Yeah.
I want to spend my time where nothing matters with you. And it was just a love conquers all.
And you know what? Damn.
Yeah, damn. That was some intense shit. It was and then yeah, so Joy has already walked into the Everything Bagel at this point, but then she reaches her hand out, Evelyn grabs her, pulls her out. Seems love has saved Joy, and they're going to live the rest of their lives knowing everything and seeing everything, and doing it with each other. No.
They'll be knowing everything and seeing everything with each other. Evelyn will probably be doing it with Waymond.
Yeah, but no, there were definitely some tears at that ending.
Oh yeah,
it was emotional. I mean, I didn't full on cry, I'll say that much, but there were some tears. I bet if I was with someone else, I probably would have cried.
I mean, I was with somebody else, and I think there were just a few tears. I was able to keep myself pretty composed through that movie.
Yeah, overall, I would say far better movie than Morbius.
Far better movie, absolutely.
I'd probably give it 4.5 stars out of 5. It's
yeah,
it's not perfect, but it's really good.
Yeah, there's really nothing about the movie that I dislike.
The only complaints I really have is, which is not really a complaint because, as I said, it's kind of a good thing, which is the multiverse rules make no sense. But again, it's kind of cool to see a film about the multiverse theory not take itself too seriously, because again, it's a theory and nobody actually knows what the multiverse is like. So it was kind of cool to see a film go, yeah, it's just as believable that all this weird shit would do the multiverse stuff too.
Yeah,
anything else, because nobody has any idea what
yeah, like, I mean, the theory is in the multiverse, like, there's a universe where literally anything is the case.
Right, and that's about as far with the theory as they stick to. Like,
yeah, the
whole multiverse jumping by doing weird shit, that's just their own interesting take. And yeah, I just that was that. And then at first I was a little put off by how much was going on at one time. And then after a while, I got used to it, was able to follow everything. But in the first 20 minutes of the movie, when so much is happening,
oh yeah, dude,
it's like, wow, this is a lot.
It's just kind of pure chaos.
Yeah, it's a lot,
like 20 or so minutes.
But yeah, I mean, eventually you get used to how much is going on, and then yeah, it's just,
yeah,
it's fine. It's great.
It's a pretty good movie. I definitely recommend it. This has been Reel to Reel. Tune in next week when we watch
the
Rise of the Planet of the Apes.
The trilogy. We're gonna do the whole trilogy.
Yeah, but next week we're just.
I think we're gonna do the whole trilogy in one episode.
Oh, dude, that's a lot. I mean, I guess I'd be down, but that'd be a big episode.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Anyways, I have been Christian.
I have been RJ, and this has been our honest review on Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Sucked into a bagel.